Hello everyone, today we're going to be installing the Cali LED 32-inch upper grille light bar kit. This is a great kit because it allows you to mount a 32-inch light bar in the grille of your Toyota Tacoma. This kit fits our 2016 and up models. It bolts directly onto the vehicle, no cutting or drilling. We're going to show you how to install it now. Included in your kit, you're going to find the following items: the single leg wiring harness, the 32-inch LED bar, your brackets for mounting the light bar. Please note that this light bar will come with brackets and hardware inside the box with it. You will not be using the hardware or brackets that come with the light. You will be using the hardware kit that comes with these brackets. The hardware that is included is your M6 bolts, split washers and regular washers, 5/16 bolts with nuts and washers, and 1/4-inch bolts, nuts, and washers. The tools you will be using are the Allen wrench that came with the LED, a 3/16 Allen head, a small flathead screwdriver or pick, a 1/2-inch wrench, a 10mm wrench, and your socket. So the first part of this install is going to be to remove the grille from the truck. To do that, we are going to start by removing the two 10mm bolts that are holding it on right here, and then we are going to remove the clips on the side, which we will show you. So on your 2018 and up Tacomas, they're going to have the front radar behind the Toyota emblem. So we are going to have to unplug this right here, and then we are going to remove another small tab. So we're going to unplug this here, and as you will notice, here is where you're going to have to press down. It is pretty stiff, so you're probably going to have to press down pretty hard as you pull it out. Now we are coming to this tab right here, which you can simply push in and it'll drop right out like that. Now we are ready to remove the grille. We just got to lift up these tabs up here, and all you got to do is give it a pull and it'll unclip. Now you will see that these wind deflectors, they have them on both sides of the vehicle. These are going to need to be removed. For this install, we are not going to be putting these back on. We are just going to be removing them, and you can keep them or discard them. To remove them, you will need to put your little pick or your flathead underneath this tab right here and remove. After you pull the tab out right here, there's nothing else holding them in other than some clips. So all you have to do is kind of pull it at an angle and give it a little tug, and they will come right out. As you can see, those are the little tabs that hold them on. Now, coming to the other side, we are going to do the same thing. Pull that out. And there they are. So now that we have our grille off and our wind deflectors removed, we have to remove one more little clip. So just like we've done on the other ones, pull that off. Now we're going to take our brackets and set it over the hole of the tab that was removed. Then you will notice the other part of the bracket will line up with the other hole from the tab that was holding on the wind deflector. So now we are going to start with our 1/4-inch hardware, and we are going to take a bolt and washer, feed it through the bracket and the hole, and then we are going to take another washer on the other side. Then we're going to grab our 1/4-inch nut and hand tighten it. Now that we have that hand tightened, we are going to take our 5/16 bolt and put in the lower opening. Just like we did on the other one, it is going to be bolt, washer, washer, nut. One thing that you want to make sure is to not tighten down the brackets more than hand tight till after we get the LED bar on. The reason is if you tighten one bracket down and you try to install the LED bar, it might be crooked. So we are just going to leave these hand tight, and then we are going to put the LED bar on. But first we have to do the other side. So now we're on the passenger side. We're going to do the same thing. Remove the clip, start with our 1/4 inch hardware. So now that we have both brackets loosely installed, it's time to put our LED bar on. One thing you will notice about this bracket is it has multiple slots on it. The reason we do that is because due to the many different grills that you could have on a Tacoma, you may have to install your LED bar on a different slot depending on the grill you have. For this truck, we will be installing the LED bar on the bottom of the mount. But what I would recommend is to put the LED bar on loosely and put your grill up to see if it will work for that slot. So you might have to try a couple to get it right. We are going to get our light and our M6 hardware, and we are going to go bolt, split washer, washer, and we are going to place our LED bar in between the mounts and thread the bolt through the mount and into the threaded side of the LED bar. Again, we are only going to do this hand tight because we don't want anything to bind up. So now that we have the driver's side loosely tightened, we're going to go to the passenger side. Now that we have the LED bar lightly tightened on both sides, it's time to adjust and tighten down our mounts. You will notice that this mount has a lot of slots on it. So if something looks crooked, most likely you just need to adjust. That's the main reason why we want to make sure that everything is loose before we attach everything, then we tighten it all down together. So now everything looks pretty straight. We're going to tighten down the mounts and the LED bar. Start with the lower bolts on the mounts right here. We are going to tighten both sides down. Then we are going to tighten down the 1/4 inch ones along the side. And then finally, we are going to tighten down each side of the LED. Now we're on the driver's side, 1/4 inch. One note is I like to use an extension on the ratchet because it gets a little tight in here with these hoses. So you can use a small or a large one like this to assist you in tightening it down. You can do it without it, but it just saves you a little bit of time and makes it a little easier to use the extension. So now we have this side tightened down. We are going to now tighten the LED bar. Now that our LED bar is tightened, you will be able to adjust it a little bit. So you want to make sure your beam is aiming at a good angle. You can always too wait till nighttime, pull your grill off and adjust it while the light's on to get it set perfectly to where you want your light to be aiming. Now we have everything tightened down. It's time to reinstall our grill. As we're putting the grill back on, we're just gonna make sure all of the clips line up and everything will just pop right back into place. Now we are basically just gonna do the opposite of what we did when we removed the grill. We are going to reattach the tab there, plug in our safety sense plug. If you don't plug that in when you start the vehicle up, it's going to throw a warning saying that your collision radar is not activated, so you want to make sure you plug that back in. Then we are going to put the tabs back on each side and reinstall our 10mm bolts on the top. Once all of that is put back on, you are ready to run the wiring. A lot of people may not be familiar with wiring, but with the harness that is provided with your Cali Raise LED light bar, it makes it very simple. I'm going to do a quick explanation of the harness before we start running the wires. When you get your harness from Cali Raise LED, it will look just like this. You will have the universal button style switch. You will have the DT plug, which will plug into your light. You will then have your battery connectors, hot and ground, with the fuse and your relay. All of these parts are built into the harness so that you don't have to do any additional wiring. When we run our wiring, typically what we will do is we will start at the light. So starting at the light, we'll plug in to the plug end of the harness. What we're going to want to do is run the wire down along this channel right here behind the headlight to plug into the light bar. There are several places down here where you can securely zip tie the wiring so that it is not bouncing around. Now that we have the harness plugged into the LED bar and the original lead that goes from the harness to the light fully secured and tucked away cleanly, we're going to run the switch into the cab. If you are using our OEM switch, you will want to cut the harness about right here to run the lead into the cab. If you are going to use the factory switch that came on the harness, you are going to want to unplug this Molex connector so that you can cleanly run through the cab, through the firewall, and replug back in. If you are wiring up our OEM switch, you will want to watch that video separately as we go into detail the wiring configuration and how to set it up. After we run our wires through the firewall, we are going to then connect the battery. You do not want to connect the harness to the battery before, because if any of your wires touch, you could possibly blow the fuse on the harness. So after the harness lead with the switch is run through and fully secured, we are going to then connect the harness to the battery. You will notice on the harness that there are two leads, a red wire and a black wire. The red wire is going to go on the positive terminal on your battery. The black wire is going to go onto the ground. When doing this, you will want to run all the wires on the inside right here, tucked away nicely and zip tied. As you can see, this vehicle already has some accessories on it, so you can see where we have already run some wiring previously for the other accessories. So you will want to make sure that you do a nice clean job of tucking everything away, so not only does it look nice, but it is not cluttered in the engine bay. So now when you're running the wire through your firewall, you have a few different options. We recommend going right alongside here where my pointer finger is. You can take a small X-Acto knife and cut a slit in the boot so that you can push the wire through. You can also pull it aside like that and run the wire through as well, but we recommend going just to the side right here. When the wire comes through, you will have it come through right at the top where those slits are in the carpet. When you're poking the wire through, you might have to reach your hand in there and pull the carpet back a little bit so that the wire can feed through properly. Sometimes it will pop through the carpet itself, but most of the times you're going to have to pull part of the carpet back to allow the wire to feed right through. Don't worry, the carpet will go all right back, no problem. Now that you have all of your wiring finished, the last part is to get your relay squared away. The relay is quite fragile, so you don't want to just have it banging around under the hood of your truck. You want it to be securely attached somewhere. We make a relay holder that will attach in your engine compartment and allow for the relay to mount directly on it by removing this tab and sliding the relay over. This is a really nice little gadget because it allows you to hold 4 relays really neatly under the hood of the truck. Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you appreciate the video. Please visit our website, CaliRaisedLED.com, to see all of our parts and accessories for your vehicle. Thanks and have a great day.